Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, your dedicated source for the most reliable updates on the Iraqi dinar, the Vietnamese dong, and international currency developments. If you've been following this story for years, holding on to hope, watching the markets, analyzing every whisper, then today's news may finally deliver the confirmation you've been waiting for. In what many are calling a moment of historic financial significance, Iraq has taken the step that millions thought might never come, and this time, it's not coming from anonymous sources or second-hand rumors, it's coming straight from Iraq's highest office. After years of silence, speculation, and repeated disappointment, Prime Minister Mohammed Shahid al-Sudani has spoken directly to the world. In a national broadcast that's now circulating globally, he delivered a bold and unambiguous message. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is no longer a distant ambition, it is officially in progress. He did not hedge his words. He made it clear that the Iraqi government is not just preparing for revaluation, as of now they are ready. This announcement represents a dramatic turning point, not just for Iraq, but for everyone who has followed the dinar story since its earliest days. This is no longer a conversation driven by online forums or speculative analysts. With this speech, Prime Minister Sudani didn't simply issue a promise. He delivered a statement rooted in hard evidence and backed by institutional reform. Iraq's foreign reserves have surged to new levels. The country's economic governance has been tightened and inflation has been brought under control. Perhaps most notably, the banking system, long criticized for its inefficiencies, has undergone a major transformation. Iraq has moved from a cash-based society to a more digital, transparent financial system. This digital upgrade is essential for revaluation to succeed without chaos or mismanagement. And the global response has been immediate. Financial media outlets have begun covering the announcement with urgency. Economic analysts are now treating the RV as imminent rather than hypothetical. Banks across Iraq and abroad have seen a spike in inquiries, not only from citizens, but also from major international financial institutions and private investors who've been watching quietly. This shift in tone marks a new era. Doubt is being replaced by documentation, and uncertainty is giving way to policy. Inside of Iraq, the energy is electric. Those who held dinars for years, often mocked, dismissed, or told they were chasing dreams, are now seeing their persistence recognized. What sets this moment apart from previous announcements is the roadmap that came with it. Prime Minister Sudani didn't merely deliver a headline, he outlined a strategy. Key milestones have already been reached. Anti-corruption reforms have been implemented, tax systems are now digitized, and global banking partnerships are fully operational. It's not just about adjusting numbers on a screen. This is a structural overhaul that repositions Iraq as a serious financial player in the region. With its vast energy reserves, cultural heritage, and strategic location, Iraq has everything it needs to lead. What it lacked in the past, international trust and modern infrastructure, is now actively being restored. That credibility is what turns speculation into something real. In fact, the Prime Minister stressed the importance of transparency and accountability, underscoring support from global institutions, including the United Nations. But Sudani also made something else absolutely clear: the people of Iraq come first. He pledged that the revaluation process would protect citizens, not harm them. Safeguards for retirees, low-income families, students, and other vulnerable populations are already being implemented. This isn't just a monetary shift, it's a commitment to dignity, and while it has enormous implications for investors around the world, it is first and foremost designed to stabilize and uplift Iraq's economy for its own people. For global holders of the dinar, this moment feels like a reward for patience. Many have endured over a decade of emotional highs and lows, believing through long stretches of silence and contradiction. But now, there is no need for speculation. A prime minister has gone on record, clearly in public, confirming that revaluation is not only real, but active. This is more than a policy shift. For countless individuals who refused to give up, This is emotional validation. Still, Soudani was clear in his warning: only use official and licensed channels for any future currency exchanges. Stay away from the black market. Do not trust online promoters offering backdoor deals or private rates. If and when an international exchange window opens, it will happen through recognized banks and certified financial centers. This is the time to get organized. Verify your currency holdings, ensure your documentation is in order, and begin tracking reliable sources for updates. The era of guessing is behind us. The era of action is here. One of the institutions most responsible for this remarkable transformation is the Central Bank of Iraq. Often overlooked, it has quietly been engineering a complete overhaul of the country's financial infrastructure. Prime Minister Soudani specifically acknowledged the central bank's vital contributions during his national address. Iraq's financial systems were once built around outdated paper-based transactions, vulnerable to fraud and inefficiency. That has now changed. Iraq has made the leap to digital banking, installing secure, modern platforms that meet international compliance standards. This shift is more than technical, it's strategic. Transparent, digitized systems allow for better auditing, faster transactions, and a stable environment for global investors. Without this modernization, any attempt at revaluation would have risked chaos or widespread manipulation. But now, with these frameworks fully operational, Iraq has the foundation it needs to execute a revaluation not only confidently, but credibly. The message to international markets is clear. Iraq is not experimenting, it is leading. And that leads to one of the most frequently asked questions by observers. Why now? Why has 2025 become the year for such a bold move? Iraq has had substantial oil wealth for decades. The country is rich in natural resources, strategically positioned, and geopolitically significant. So why didn't this revaluation happen years ago? According to Soudani, the answer is simple. Iraq was not ready. Years of conflict, sanctions, political instability, and systemic corruption had left the nation unprepared to manage such a large-scale financial transition. Revaluing too early, without a stable system in place, could have triggered severe inflation, panic in local markets, or even social unrest. Most importantly, it would have risked damaging trust, both within Iraq and with the global community. Soudani made it clear a responsible revaluation could only happen once Iraq had earned that trust, and to do that his government had to deliver real reforms that have now been implemented. The introduction of digital tax frameworks, stricter anti-corruption measures, international banking cooperation, and stronger government oversight have changed the landscape entirely. The Iraq of today is not the Iraq of 5 or 10 years ago. The groundwork has been laid, the systems are live, and the leadership is aligned. This revaluation isn't a hopeful dream. It's the logical next step in a carefully executed recovery plan. That's what makes it different. That's what makes it real. For many investors around the world, particularly those who have held onto dinar through years of ridicule, skepticism, and frustration, this is more than a financial milestone, it's personal. These are people who were called foolish, labeled conspiracy theorists, and told they were chasing fantasies. They watched rumors come and go. They saw prices rise and fall. Yet they held on, and now for the first time, a sitting Iraqi prime minister has spoken directly and publicly, not in code, not in vague terms, but with absolute clarity. This is no longer just about numbers. It's about vindication. Still, emotions can be dangerous during moments like this. That's why it's more important than ever to stay grounded. As excitement builds, misinformation spreads just as fast. Scammers will become more aggressive. You might see fraudulent websites promising instant exchange, fake buyback schemes, or messages from so-called insiders offering secret rates. Don't fall for them. Only trust updates from the Central Bank of Iraq, legitimate government outlets, or internationally recognized financial institutions. Protect your physical currency. Store your dinar securely, either in a verified financial account or in a physical safe. Protect your data as well. Scammers may attempt phishing attacks or impersonate bank representatives to gain access to your personal information. They prey on emotional investors during moments of transition. Don't give them an opening. Instead, move forward with care. Join credible investor communities. Share information only from proven sources. Stay patient and follow only the official process, step by step. No matter how much excitement surrounds this announcement, real results come from careful planning, not fast reactions. This development is being called one of the most significant events in the global currency world in decades. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar has moved from the realm of rumor to the stage of implementation. And while that alone is extraordinary, it's the transparency and structure behind it that makes this moment so powerful. No more speculation, no more waiting on whispers. We now have confirmation, a public statement, and a policy path. As we move forward, excitement is natural, but discipline is essential. Keep your documents ready, monitor your trusted information channels, and remain calm. The revaluation process won't be perfect. There may be delays, there may be confusion, but those who remain steady, informed, and responsible will be best positioned to benefit from what may become a generational financial shift. Thank you for staying with Iraqi Dinar News. If today's update brought clarity to your journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an urgent development. The next steps could unfold quickly, and you'll want to be ready. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Have you heard updates from your bank? Are you taking action now? Share your experience and help others prepare. The wait is ending. The window is opening. Be prepared, be smart, and we'll see you in the next update.